play anything with Snake Wolf.
I like Lucina. Like a lot better.
Lucina, she does a really good job of spacing, but man, I feel like I'm always pressured every time I play anything with Snake. Yeah.
I mean, I picked up Lucina
Or Snake,
but I feel like more comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you know what Snake does now. So it's like, why not try Inkling? Because like Inkling, you just like stay on top of them. You kind of wait them out to like, because like the way you float is like you wait on them sometimes. A what? I think next time you play Snake and Journey, just like game one, and then if that doesn't work, really?
But I ended up missing like 2 rollers. Oh, I hit him?
Yeah.
I missed him.
Like you missed the. Okay. Alright.
That was a lot.
I think now you can just know. I think so. Yo! Are you ready? Alright, let me add you on here real quick. Hey, what's good, Thunder Monkey? See, I be telling Cisco that. Say, look, man, you're doing just fine. You don't really need that much advice. You just need not to overextend so much. Let's switch, actually. Are you player 1? Yeah, let's switch. So hold start, X and Y. There you go. No. Yeah. So you do a pretty good job surviving the last stock fight. Yeah, just a little bit. Alright. Where do you want to counter pick me at? Where do you want to counter pick me to? Cows? Okay, let's go there. You leaving?
No, I'm gonna get
Okay.
Let me know if Dragon says
Alright, I'll message
it's
you.
like 2 minutes down.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just gonna walk there.
Okay, I'll just message you. Just leave him here, yeah.
Good read. Good read. Do what?
That was really sloppy on my part. Honestly, I don't really know like what I'm doing. Like I'm just kind of like getting like I don't really have that game plan you're talking about.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like when we played those games earlier. It's like once you kind of have a general, like you have. Let me say it this way: if you think about the game as far as like in general, people will do certain things in certain situations, right? So like if they notice that you're covering, say like they're hanging on the ledge and you're covering an option, a lot of times they'll either try to and you punish like neutral get up, they'll try to either roll in or like full hop, right? So having a game plan around that, knowing like, okay, I'm gonna back air until they show me they can do something differently. Like in that game, you did a pretty good job of like noticing that I was gonna roll, or I like to kind of wait to recover, which like can be okay, except for like in that instance, you knew, okay, he's stuck in Cypher just down there, right? So I think that's kind of how you should approach the game. Is like if you're not sure what to do in neutral, try to figure out what people just do in general, and then start to make adjustments and try to read from there, right? Yeah, good stuff. So, one thing that I noticed, because I kind of caught on to it from game 2 to game 3, is that you kind of have, instead of like a, I want to cover this option, it's more of a, I just want to do this thing when I know this thing could happen, if that makes sense. An example of that is, there's one instance you hit me, and I went flying off stage, right? And at that point, I was flying horizontally, but you didn't wait to see where I was going. You automatically picked the option. So you know. So you just ran off stage and dared, and at that point, I got knocked back, I jumped, and then upbeat. So I'm like way over the center of the stage, and you're down here down airing. So it's like, I think that's one thing too, is like trying not to be predisposed to picking options unless you just have a hard read. Because if you have a hard read, then you can just go for it, right? But like, you want to think more of a, I think they're going to do this. If you're not sure, maybe wait just a second and try to cover an option. If it's a situation where it doesn't matter, so like not something that's as like jarring as that, but like more like a, you've got me trapped around the stage, maybe trying to like full hop back air, because you know a good option, or an option people will choose when they're pressured, is to jump. That's something where you can kind of commit to something like that, but trying not to do it in a manner that gives up stage control, right? Like you would hit me off stage, you have stage control at that point. Like it's on me to try to figure out how to get back, one, how to get back to stage, and two, how to get back to the center of the stage. And you just gave me both of those options free, right? So, but like the other thing is, I think compared to when we were playing, even just, what was that, like an hour ago back in the other room, like now you're kind of like metering your aggression. Meaning you're like not getting to the point where you're like up air, and that certain percentage, like, or even neutral airs, a certain percentage, it's no longer true just because of like my fall speed and stuff like that, especially because I'm snaking, like my nade comes out frame 1, but like then you're kind of waiting a second. So there's a couple times where you're just like doing that, you wait, you see me, and then you grab. I think one other thing that I would say to try to be a little bit more patient with is your side B, because like, yeah, because if you whiff it, it could get really bad. If it like, there's sometimes like I feel bad too, because I play Falcon, and like it's annoying whenever like his side B will just go off if like it even thinks there's a hitbox there, but like you don't want to get to a point where you're either stuck in that side B animation and you get punished, or it just completely whiffs and you know you just like laying on the ground. But then the times where you did get it, I feel like you did a great job of converting afterwards. So you would get it, and then you were already ready to follow me, and you were either up air or neutral air. I think another thing you did a really good job of is being ready to pull the trigger on up B. Like, I know it's, some Captain Falcons do it too much, and some like are too scared to do it, but I want to say maybe once, maybe twice is all you missed. Like the rest of the time, when you would up B, you were you had a good percentage of the time you were catching me, and it was either killing me or just knocking me off stage. So I think that's one aspect of your play is really strong, is like knowing that, oh, someone did something that's either somewhat laggy, or you just know they're gonna hold chilled up B. Like that's really good. So yeah, man, I'm telling you, like from the Palmer Lane days to now, you're a different player.